For more information, check out my blog, Dhukai.com. Follow me. Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I get my eyebrows to be more full and stronger. A lot of you guys have been requesting this on my Instagram, which if you don't follow me, I'll link it somewhere here. I post cute pictures sometimes. Anyways, so many of you guys have been requesting this, and I have a love-hate relationship with this on me personally. Like sometimes I love full brows and sometimes I don't. So I thought I'd show you guys how I achieve the full eyebrow look for those of you guys who want to try it out yourselves. So anyways, I always start off by brushing my eyebrows upwards. My brows grow downwards, so I always brush them upwards so that I can see the sparse areas and I can kind of map out where I want to fill them in. I actually made the mistake of lasering my eyebrows like 6 or 7 years ago, and it was the biggest mistake of my life, but honestly, there's nothing I can do about it now, so I'm stuck with the shape that I have forever. So I just gotta fake it because I ain't gonna make it. So I have this arch right here, arc, whatever you want to call it, and I like to straighten that out. So what I always start off with is my Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in the color Ebony, and I take the lighter color and I fill in the very front part of my brow, and I always start at the very bottom of my brow. A little tip, never lift your brows up or change your facial expression whenever you're working on your brows, because you want them to be as even as possible. Brows are sisters, they're not twins, so they don't have to be exactly alike. But I'm just going to take that brow powder and I'm going to flick my brush upwards and just fill in the sparse areas in the front part of my brow. I don't like the very front part of my brow to be very strong because I'm going for a full-on eyebrow look. I have very dark hair and I have very strong features and I have really dark eyes, so if my brows are completely solid from the front of the brow to the tip of my brow, I just end up looking like Bert and Ernie, and it does not look cute on me. So I like to keep the front part kind of lighter, I guess. So I take the lighter color and I just flick it upwards and fill it in just a little bit. And this powder is just staying in the very, I guess, inner corner of the brow. Then I use my NYX Eyebrow Gel. This stuff is the bomb. It does not budge. It's waterproof, sweat-proof, everything proof, and a tiny little bit goes a super, super long way. So I just take a dot of that and I put it onto the back of my hand, and I pick up a little bit of product, and then I make sure all my brow hairs are brushed upwards. And then I map out my shape. So from the very bottom part of my brow, not at the very front, but kind of midway, I like to map out the shape and kind of straighten it out so that there's no more arch left in the brow. I personally prefer straight looking brows on me. I feel like it flatters my face shape a lot more, especially because I have a pretty long face and I have strong features. A straight brow shape is just more flattering, I guess. So I'm just mapping out the shape. I don't have too much product on my brush right now because this stuff is waterproof and you have to move pretty quickly with it. So I like to take a little bit at a time and just map out the shape. So once I map out the shape on the bottom of the brow, I like to work on the tip of the brow and just take little strokes from the top and go downwards just to fill in the outer top area and kind of move my brush in the direction that my brows grow. And then I brush all of the hair downwards to see how the eyebrow is kind of gonna sit. And this is where I kind of go ham on filling it in. Not ham, but I pick up a little bit more product and I create small little brush strokes to mimic my actual brow hairs to make it look like my brows actually grow like this. And this step is a process. Like, you really have to build up on this, and I find that that's what works best. I used to take more product and just do it all at once, but it just does not look natural or good at all. So I pick up a little bit of product and then I make brush strokes going downwards on my brow and fill that in, and then I pick up a little bit more and fill in the sparse areas to make it all look like natural hairs. And as you can see, it looks like hair growing from my brow rather than me filling it in. I personally like the natural look. And then when I get to the top, I do the exact same thing. I just create small little strokes all going downwards. I never start off going horizontally on the brow. I always do downward strokes first, and then I kind of slightly go horizontally just to fill it in a little bit more. And that's it for filling it in. I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the other brow. So I'm just going to map out the shape and just create small little strokes. I'm not going to talk through this brow, so you guys can just see what I'm doing, because it's probably easier to do that than to hear me talk, because I talk a lot. So once my brows are completely filled in, I like to take a little bit of concealer and clean up right underneath and right on top. When you go on top, it just makes it look a lot more cleaner and adds a little bit of lift to the eye, and I mean, who doesn't love an instant facelift? And personally, like, I've skipped out on this step before and I felt like the brows never looked completed, so I make sure to never skip this step now. And whenever I'm going for a full-on brow, I like to take a shimmery product and just highlight the arch of the brow, or whatever's left on the arch of the brow, just to add a little bit more lift. I don't normally put a shimmer down there, but I do it whenever I go for a full brow. Then I'm just going to take my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. This is in transparent, so there's no color to this, and I always start at the very front part of my brow and I brush the hair upwards, because that's the direction that they grow. And then from mid-brow to the tip of the brow, I always brush them downwards, and I use the tip of the brush. I really like this product because I feel like it really separates and defines each hair, and I really like the way that looks because it ends up making the brow look super natural, and it really defines the brows. I really like it when each hair is kind of sticking out, so you can't really tell that you've filled it in completely, and it just looks like your natural brows. So once you set the brows, you are done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something new. I do have a love-hate relationship with this eyebrow look on me personally. I am really loving full brows lately, so I have been rocking this a lot, but I have my moments. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a great big thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe if you're not, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!